Today we're going to deviate from the normal formulation and I'm going to do a tag. Stay tuned to learn a little more about me. Hi, I'm Michelle from Mascara to Midnight. I'm glad to have you here. Let me take a minute to say if you're new here, just go ahead and subscribe. You're going to love it here. You won't want to miss makeup, skincare, hair, and nails. You won't want to miss chaos. You won't want to miss laughter. So just subscribe below. And if you're a regular viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. I'm so close to 600 subscribers and I just cannot believe I've gotten this far. I'm gonna tag Valerie Dyson and Ranelyn Lipo because I recently watched one of their collab videos and I've been watching them both for a while and I like them both. And I think that they'll both do it. You guys do it. If you don't know their YouTube channels, I will link them for you below, and I'm going to include all the questions down below. So if you want to do the tag, if you have a channel yourself and you want to do the tag, or if you want to come over to my Facebook group and do it over there, you're welcome to do it over there too. Just let me know that you've done it in some way or another so I can watch. I'm going to put my hair up. Look at this beautiful flexi that I just got. This is perhaps my most favorite flexi. I got this tag from a blog called Mama's Losing It, and it's a blog I used to follow for a really long time. I used to have a blog years ago, and I followed Mama's Losing It, and she would regularly do these kinds of tag type activities, and she is very funny and a lot of fun. I will link for her below too, just in case you like reading blogs, but maybe for YouTube. That's my preference now. I really don't get on Mama's Losing It anymore, but I watch all the YouTube channels. I'm so obsessed with YouTube that I started my own channel. And I would rather watch YouTube than almost anything on TV. There are a few exceptions. I will always watch Survivor and Walking Dead before YouTube, but there's very few other channels that I will watch ahead of YouTube. Little sad bit. I'm gonna do, there's 50 of these questions. I'm gonna do 25 this time, and then a while later I'll do the other 25 some other time, randomly. What's your favorite candle scent? I like all the flavors of candles, but probably my favorite is anything coconutty, and haven't found a whole lot of candle scents that are coconutty. I've got one that's kind of a pineapple fruity scent, which you can kind of get the coconut undertones to. Hey, that's a lot of answering of the question. So coconut. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? Ellen. Ellen, I want Ellen to be my sister. She's rich, she's funny, and she's nice. Also pretty. And really fun. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother? I don't know. Who should I pick? Tell me in the comments who my fake brother should be. Or better yet, tell me in the comments who you pick for your fake brother. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? I think I was 30 or 31 when I got married to my husband. Do you know a hoarder? Well, I don't want to say any names, but I know some people that are hoarder-esque, meaning they do keep a lot of stuff that they probably shouldn't, and they don't like to throw things away, but not like on the TV shows where there's boxes stacked everywhere and there's dead animals and food everywhere, or the grosser kinds where there's stuff in the bathroom. Not that kind of hoarding, but more of a, I don't want to throw anything out because everything's sentimental to me. And I have hoarder tendencies, and I have such a hard time throwing stuff away, so yeah, lame. Can you do a split? Absolutely not. How old were you when you learned to ride a bike? Well, I figure I was probably 6 maybe? I distinctly remember getting my first bike, so maybe 6. How many oceans have you swam in? Oh my goodness, geography. 3 maybe? 2 or 3? How many countries have you been to? Well, United States. I've been to several, I don't know what Australia calls them. We've been to 3 places in Australia. Perth, Queensland, can't remember the other place. I don't know, is that a country? Is Australia a country? In that place it's only 1. We went to New Zealand. Does it count if you stop in layovers? Because I've stopped in Japan, I've stopped in Russia. I don't know, I never count it when I just have layovers. I haven't been to that many countries. Singapore, duh! I've been to Singapore, I lived there for 6 years. Is anyone in your family in the Army? Not currently, but I come from a long line of enlisted men. My husband was enlisted in the Air Force. My dad was in the Army. My grandpa was in the Army. So I come from a long line of men who have served our country. What would you name your daughter if you had one? Well, I'd name them Ashley, Corey, Katie, Millicent, and Jerusha. If I had another one, it would be Calliope. Don't you steal my name. I'm not having any more kids, but I really like it. I don't want you to steal it. It's my name. What would you name your son if you had him? I would name them Asa, Crosby, and Edmund. And if I had more, I might go with Callahan or Frederick. Again, don't steal my names. What's the worst grade you got on a test? In high school, it was probably a 0 because there were times I really didn't even try. But in college, probably I would say a C on math only. Everything else I made straight A's, but math was hard for me and I made some C's in math. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child? And that would be The Carol Burnett Show. What did you dress up for on Halloween when you were 8? And you've got to be kidding me. I have 0 idea. Tell me below what you dressed up for when you were 8. Have you read Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight? And the answer to that is no, yes, yes. I'm in the midst of reading Harry Potter for the first time. We're doing it as a read aloud. We're in book 1. Don't you dare give me any spoilers. I loved Twilight. I loved Hunger Games. Twilight was my favorite book series for a long time. Yes, I'm that person. But lest you think something about me, I also read many of the classics and love many of the classics, Jane Eyre being one of my favorites. So don't you get any ideas about me. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? And I would rather have an American, but the question didn't ask about Australian, because if I could throw away my American accent and get an Australian one back, I would take it. I love Australian accents. They're my favorite. My Siri's Australian. What time is it, Siri?
The time is 4:26 p.m.
What's the weather like right now?
I think the weather's pretty good right now.
See? Australian. I love Australia. I love all things Australia. If you've never been to Australia, take a vacation there. Did your mother go to college? And no, she did not. Are your grandparents still married? Both sets of my grandparents on both sides were both married when they died. I have a grandma still living on my mom's side, and she was still married to her husband. And both of my grandparents on my dad's side were married for 50 or 60 years. A long time. I'm sure I have that wrong. They were married a really long time, and isn't that a blessing? Have you ever taken karate lessons? No, never cared to. Do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Yes. Who doesn't know who Kermit the Frog is? What's the first amusement park you've been to? And that would be Six Flags Over Texas in Arlington. I've been there many, many, many times. I grew up in Dallas when I was much younger, in the Dallas greater area, and living there with my mom, and so we went to Six Flags quite a few times. What language besides your native tongue would you like to be fluent in? And I have to say that I would really like to speak Spanish fluently. And I know that's an easy one to learn, so I do know a lot of words, but I would love to just be fluent. I would love to go speak to any Spanish-speaking person and they could understand everything and I can understand them. I wish we had some kind of program that would do that. You know, there are programs that make you see color. There are programs that help you see if you're legally blind, deaf to hear, language. Somebody needs to get on that. Do you spell the color as G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y? And I think I spell it G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y or one of those two ways. And I have no idea because you put me on the spot. Is your father bald? That's the last question. And now I'm going to answer that with a yes. And so is my husband. Thank you for joining me here today. I don't do a lot of tags, but I really enjoy doing them. I think it's just a fun way for you to get to know me, and oftentimes in the comments oftentimes in the tags we get some really good comments going. And so if this is something you like and would like to see more of, just give me a thumbs up or comment below in some way so that I know to definitely continue. And again, if you do this tag in any way, anywhere, any shape or form, just let me know because I'd like to read it about you. If you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you'll click that picture of my husband and I just above me, that will subscribe you to my channel. In the future, you'll see makeup, skincare, hair, nails. You'll see chaos, laughter, fun. You won't want to miss a minute of it. In the meantime, here's a video for you to watch. Be blessed.